Hello there. What's going on, everybody? And cock-a-doodle-doo. That's my new catchphrase. It's starting right now. So there you go. Trivia question for later on, maybe. We'll see who took notes on when was the first time he said that nonsense. We're going to be talking about X-Wing. We've got some big news coming next week for the Fury of the First Order and more. So we're going to talk about this today. Also, big thanks to today's sponsor, Luxury Playstyle. Amazing full metal tokens for X-Wing. A lot of people are starting to play in person again. Now this is the best time to get yourself some amazing full metal tokens for X-Wing. You're going to save 15% with code Crabbok VIP. So head over to luxuryplaystyle.com. Orders of $35 or more are going to get a free lightsaber nunchuck token thrown in there. It's pretty much the most coveted token in all of tabletop gaming, so this is your chance. So check out luxuryplaystyle.com. You're going to love those tokens. Well, let's go ahead and talk about the Fury of the First Order. This was leaked a few months back, and it was kind of hinted at, and there was some actual production images. The box is made. It is in people's hands, both in multiple languages. It's all over the globe, and they even had to eventually confirm it. Like back in April, they said, "All right," or I think it was May. They said, "All right, we're gonna announce it in June." Did not happen, but yesterday they finally confirmed that this will be officially announced next Friday. So if you guys have your calendars up, that's going to be the 23rd of July is when we should see the official announcement for the Fury of the First Order, with leaks and full actual reveals and spoilers for this pack starting the following Friday. So pending no future delays, this will be the 30th of July. Heading into August. August normally would have been Gen Con timeline. The 30th of July would have probably been a good day for kicking off of Gen Con had it actually happened according to its regular timeline this year. But Gen Con is actually going to be in September, and that's also when we're going to be getting that mini Stravaganza Part 2. So that is pretty interesting. So there's definitely some really cool stuff to talk about with this ship, with these ships, because we're getting all new ships in this pack. We're getting 2 Resistance bombers and the TIE Whisper. Whisper. You got to pronounce the H in Whisper. There's no H in bombers, so I don't think you have to say bombers that way. And so I think it's interesting to speculate a little bit, because you already have an ace starfighter for Kylo Ren, right? You've already got the TIE Silencer. So what could the Whisper do? And does it even fly in space? Because we really only see a lot of it on the ground. There also begs the question, will this thing even have weapons? Because in the movie it appears to not have had any laser blasters at all, which is why it had to try to ram Rey and failed in the process. Question is also going to be, how many of those aftermarket 3D mini sculptors, male miniatures, I'm looking at you, are going to make a little Rey that you can kind of glue onto the top of your TIE Whisper, and I'm sure that's going to happen, but it'll be really interesting to see what kind of role this has, how different it is from the TIE Silencer, if it's just a complete upgrade over the Silencer, or if it's going to be a very different asymmetrical sort of play style. Will we get Rey in one of these things too? Didn't she steal Kylo Ren's for a little while? I don't think they'll give you Rey in there, even though she stole it. They don't always do the stealing stuff. Maybe we'll get Sabine in a TIE Whisper, though. I mean, who knows? But yeah, so they're getting this. We're also getting Resistance bombers from the show Star Wars Resistance. They're doing more stuff from Star Wars Resistance now, and I think it's definitely feasible at some point that they'll do those racers or those aces from Star Wars Resistance. They did have weapons. Of course, they were kind of tuned to safety mode or ion mode or whatever. But they eventually, I never really finished the second season of Star Wars Resistance. But I think there's definitely enough fighters out there that they can give some more stuff to the Resistance. But I also want to point out that in the AMG stream, it was also confirmed that the Resistance would be getting a little something too. This led a lot of people to some speculation. Hey, what could it be? Might it be another huge ship? We're kind of expecting, another huge ship that might be dual faction as well, since the huge ships seem to be dual faction. We did just get that squid. You know, there was a lot of people were speculating: is there going to be X-wing news? Is there going to be any more X-wing news? What's going to come out? Is it going to be like the long lost Squid preview, because we got so many of the Trident class assault ship previews? But no, it's probably not. What it's likely going to be is a Resistance Y-wing. This is, back when the Fury of the First Order pack was first kind of leaked, there was an Asian site, an Asmodee site, that actually kind of accidentally, wink wink, leaked Fury of the First Order, the full title, but also leaked a second edition BTA NR2 Y-wing expansion pack. Now, this is obviously not a finished version of this particular expansion, but we get kind of a 86 number there. It's obviously going to cost you more than 13 cents. That's probably just what it costs to make. So then when you figure you're paying like almost $30 for an expansion, and I wonder if it's going to come with two, or if it's just going to come with a single Y-wing, because normally, stuff like that will just come with one. I mean, they did just kind of get a Resistance Squadron pack, so it's really unclear on whether or not the Fury of the First Order pack is going to be kind of like a big that comes with a little, or if you're going to get two big boxes, kind of a 3-ship pack and a 2-ship pack, which is going to be very interesting. So, these should just get kind of formally announced next Friday. I would not expect to see much in the way of spoilers or official reveals. We'll start to see those the following week. So look for the end of the month before we actually start getting really good looks at what we're going to be seeing with these packs. And of course, the biggest surprise out of all this is that they've obviously gone pretty far with production. We've already got multiple pictures of this in hand, both in English and in various other languages. La Furia de la, I guess this is in Spanish, or it could be Italian too. Usually, a lot of the leaks tend to come out of Europe. But no, this is really interesting because this is two all new ships. Normally in a squadron pack, you get repaints of existing ships, but here's a great way to get people all new ships. And my guess is that they're going to make the TIE Silencer really good, and I'm sorry, the TIE Whisper really good, such that to really tempt people into buying multiple squadron packs. I think that's what they're gonna do, and that's usually kind of the way this type of stuff goes. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it will be a ship that you'll only want one of. Maybe it'll just have like one really good ace, kind of like a hey, here's your Soontir Fel kind of pilot for it. Maybe Kylo Ren will be like the only one you ever want to run in it, and if so, I don't know. I don't know how many non-Kylo Ren TIE Silencers are often used, because I don't really play First Order very much. I'm more of a Republic and Rebellion pilot. I do fly a little Empire from time to time as well, but really, it's going to be interesting. I guess we're just going to have to wait and see. I wouldn't expect the First Order bombers to be too different than the Empire's bombers. I expect them to be kind of like, sort of resemble how the TIE FOs have a shield and have the tech slot, and that kind of makes them stand out a little bit from the regular TIE fighters that the Empire has. I expect these bombers will be about the same. They'll probably have a tech slot and a shield, and maybe cost a little more. And I think that's probably about it. But maybe there'll be some new stuff. I would also expect there probably to be some new bombs or something like that, or maybe a new missile or torpedo that comes in this pack too. That's certainly a possibility, especially if it's something that all 3 of these ships can use. So I guess we're going to have to wait and see. The Whisper really didn't do a whole lot of combat in Episode 9, so we don't really get a really great option. We just know that it chased down Rey. It was just there to look cool, and so I guess the designers probably had a lot of flexibility on what they could do with this ship. Now, this probably has a lot of people wondering, well, if they're announcing all of this stuff now, and presumably this guy too, what are they going to have left when the mini extravaganza comes? Well, there's 2 potential things. First off, the huge ship. We already talked about the huge ship a little bit, right? The big Trident class assault ship just came out for the Separatists. A lot of people are thinking, well, the Republic probably needs a ship also, and there's a lot of things they could do with it. I think a consular cruiser is probably the most likely. Maybe it'll be dual faction. Maybe another faction will get access to a consular. It seems like it's a possibility. It doesn't have to be that though, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. But that would be exciting. I wouldn't mind seeing something like that. But I think the other thing that could still be hinted at a little bit more is the Razor Crest. They talked about this at Mini Stravaganza. They said this would be out. This was a long ways out. And I get that it's a really juicy spoiler. The Mandalorian's really popular. I think if they had some artwork and they were ready to kind of tease it already, then I think they were planning that they'd be able to talk a little bit more about it at the next big con. Because I have a hard time believing that they would have previewed this before Fury of the First Order and the Resistance Y-Wing. If they were going to be like years apart, like why wouldn't you have hinted at some First Order stuff that was coming? I think what they want to do is kind of talk about stuff when it's closer to street date. Like, hey, here's a new product that we're going to have, and it's going to be out in 6 weeks or something like that. I think that's kind of what their goal is. It's really hard to do that right now with shipping being a complete international nightmare right now. And I think this is just a global problem due to so many things. COVID is one of the factors. The Suez Canal backlog and domino effect is like everything is causing chain reaction problems, and it's super complex, and it's hitting everybody in the shipping industry, and board games and tabletop games are certainly no exception to this. A lot of them are getting crushed with delays and increased shipping charges. So it wouldn't surprise me if costs continue to go up, if everything that they put out from here on out ends up costing more as a result. But that's sort of getting off the topic of the video. But it wouldn't surprise me if some of this stuff gets delayed a little more than it already has been. But then at the same point, maybe they've already considered that, and that's why they're waiting so long. Maybe this stuff is already in their warehouse, ready to go to distributors, and they're not announcing it until they have it in the warehouse. Maybe that's like a new strategy. And how would you feel? Let me know in the comments section. Also, we still have a little bit of time left to enter to win the most recent round of the $25 Amazon gift card giveaway. You just have to be a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos. The winner will be announced towards the end of the week. Oh, actually, we're getting close to the end of the week. So Friday or Saturday, I'll probably be announcing the winner for the $25 Amazon gift card giveaway. But if you don't win that one, don't worry. There's another one starting the very next day. These run for about 2 weeks at a time, so there's always more. Plus, we also do some giveaways in Discord. If you guys haven't already, check out the links in the description below. We've got links to our Discord. We got communities for X-Wing, Armada, Legion. We're very family-friendly in there, plus other links. I've been doing TikToks. I've been doing stuff on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that other stuff. If you want to check out Crabbok.com or also check out Patreon. Big thanks to my patrons as well. You guys are absolutely amazing and make this all possible. So thank you for your continued support. I will talk to you guys soon. I want to thank you all so much for watching. And as always, have a great day and cock-a-doodle-doo!